Okay, give me a second to find the video. I'm just gonna do a really quick feed anyway, but it was something I put a post up, and I kind of know a lot about this subject, and I want to really quick talk about implanting and tagging, so give me a second to post this video. It's not my normal time of day. I want to talk about a little bit about the different types of tagging that's going on here. They call it tagging. I want to really quick touch base on etheric implants and the actual kind of tagging implants, RDIF type technology really quick. Give me a second to share this too in my Reiki group. So I put a fun post up on the wall. Hang on 1 minute. Good. I'm trying to go live different times of day a little bit too. I'm usually fried out by this time of day because, you know, it's nighttime for me here, but I'm trying to go live different times of day so I can say hi to some of my other friends that are sleeping when I go live in the morning. Alright, I put a post up on the Reiki wall. I keep getting drawn back to this subject too. I put a post up. I just went on Google and I have a really good understanding of extraterrestrial technology, right? I mean, I'm only doing galactic scanning for a job here, so I have a really good understanding of extraterrestrial technology and how it's being used. And I go on Google. My question is, I always have weird questions, right? My question is that the courts released my husband, but they want to send him home with, this is a form of technology, it's just a GPS tracking device, they say, but it would be a device that you wear on your body. And my concern is, since we're electromagnetic beings on electromagnetic frequencies, is this technology more than it seems? When they use words like tagging, that concerned me when I went to court, when they said they were going to tag him, that they would use that word. I said only negative extraterrestrials use those words like tagging, treating us like cattle, right? They tag animals. I don't know a lot about that. I'll probably try to, if I have some free time, go search about tagging animals. It would give us a better idea of this, right? They use tagging technology for livestock, right? It's real common. People act horrified when I put stuff like this on the wall. Again, I hate to be the one to tell you guys, but about 80% of humanity has been tagged in a physical type of way. Everyone has been electronically tagged in an etheric sense. We have these etheric implants that we run into in doing this healing work. Now, it's less common for people to be physically chip implanted. There are different types of species doing this tagging. Okay, you could be tagged by the government or people in this reality. You could have been tagged by extraterrestrials so that they could GPS track you and keep an eye on you and see everything you're seeing. So it's very common for star seeds to have been implanted. These are much different implants that we're talking about when it comes to the government than extraterrestrials, though. People have found that when they try to take out the electronic extraterrestrial type of tracking devices, that a lot of them are used for GPS means, and a lot of them are used to dispense medications. Yes, you could be a starseed that ran into health problems here, and you could have been taken, and you could have been implanted with medications or things that could keep you balanced energetically. People have found that when they try to take out the extraterrestrial tags, they usually get very sick. This is a war on our frequency. When you look up the purpose of how these devices got patented, they were used for electronically terrorizing people, as well as behavior modification, which concerns me because obviously the government doesn't like my husband's non-compliance, and now they would like to tag him with some of their technology, which underneath what they say it's for is really used for behavior modification. The way I look at it is like they could control your frequency like a light switch with one of those devices on you or one of these implants. Yeah, they can control your frequency, your reality, your thoughts, things like that through these technological devices. They want his consent too. They will try to get it by saying you'll be in jail for the 90 days or you can comply with what we want to do, because you know they need consent for anything they're trying to do here. Most people were implanted that had surgeries. How much health care did you have? I had a ton. How much average healthcare is the average person having here? A lot, usually, throughout their stay. Whether it was just little surgeries, going to the doctor for vaccines, going to get dental care. A lot of people got implanted at the dentist too, not realizing it. Some of the more common areas people get implanted on a physical level would be, or etheric, would be the sacral, heart chakra, your nervous system, third eye areas. Very, very common. So someone's like, oh my God, saying stuff about what I'm going through here. And I just want to say, Ascension is not all love and light. I know everyone wants to be a light worker and they think it's going to be all love and light and butterflies and kittens and fun stuff. And yeah, we do that stuff too. But I'm just going to say, sometimes being a light worker means that you have to go to Illuminati Island and face things people don't want to on their journey. I just had to throw that out there too, because I know everyone's expecting to transition into the light, but you know, as a light worker, you may get called to deal or face some heavy shit. Tell me you haven't already on your journey in the past. Hi. The fluoride, I can't deal with these dentists, I can't deal with these doctors the way I see them. It's just over the top ridiculous to me. They're harming humanity, they're poisoning people, they're killing people. They have cures for cancer and people are dying. I just saw a post about someone's child having brain cancer and I wanted to so badly give them a link to the neoplasm research that, you know, is a cure for brain cancer, right? They've already had all these cures and things like that. So, you know, they are using the healthcare systems to research us. They're using us like lab rats. That's what they're doing. They're drawing our blood. You notice that? They're taking our vital signs, drawing our blood. They want all of our statistical evidence. They're using this to gather information. Those DNA tests are alarming to me too, because they're full of shit. Sorry, you're not that weird race they told you were that you don't look like. They're just giving people these fake results and they're collecting everyone's information and DNA, and it's so concerning to me how this technology is being used. But if there's a psycho killer on the loose, they can't catch them, right? With DNA everywhere, right? DNA everywhere, someone got murdered, some horrific crime, and it's so funny to me that they can't catch these psycho killers and they can't do their job using DNA, but they can catalog everyone in humanity's information, whether it's our blood type, our DNA, all of our information. You wouldn't believe the questions I've been asked since I got to the UK. They don't want my information, they want my family's information bad. They want my parents' date of births, names. They want my grandparents' information. You wouldn't believe how common that is here, where they're trying to genetically trace who I am and where I came from coming onto this island. Good luck with that, right? But they're trying too bad. They would love to know who I am and what I'm doing here, clearly. They want to know my family history, everything about me they can. We're a genetic experiment. I hate to be the one to say this. I know we all look like people and we have a similar body type, but this is actually a genetic experiment. You ever feel like you had your relationships manipulated or tampered with? That's because they have been. Yes, they have been. They want us with certain people to create certain races here, and everything about our life has been manipulated on so many levels. So you need to understand we're living in the middle of an extraterrestrial genetic experiment of sorts too. So they're very interested in things like our healthcare statistics, such as blood type, DNA. You can take my blood and you will have my DNA within that vial of blood. So they've been doing a lot of testing and collecting of our data, you know, throughout our lifetimes. What happens when you have a baby? You hand them over to the doctors. There is a lot of evidence to show that these newborns are being chipped in their hands, right here probably, I would assume, that where we've had parents catching them, taking their child to clean them off and catching them, implanting chips in them. We've had actual real testimony from parents witnessing this kind of stuff too, because you need to understand when you go consent to be treated at a hospital or with a doctor, you're consenting to whatever they want to do to you. You've given them permission, complete permission to treat you any way that they want to. So they use the healthcare system to access us without violating free will laws, and it's very concerning. those etheric implants are so common. I do chakra openings for a job. So when I do a chakra opening, I scan people for etheric implants, any type of blockages, imbalances, right? And you wouldn't believe that I would say the average person who has, you know, maybe not done a lot of work on their chakras probably has 4 or 5 etheric implants. Not even joking, the average person here. So we've all been tagged on energetic levels as well. They're tagging people in America with mosquitoes. With the GMO mosquitoes. You know, the big mosquitoes in Cali, they don't quite look like mosquitoes. They're like killer mosquitoes. I've seen them. I used to live in Cali. They're like the real big GMO ones. They're concerning to me too, that they would use technology like this to deliver medications and, you know, stuff like that. But I mean, Mike says we're swimming in Wi-Fi anyway. I said it's like wearing a 5G device on your leg. What could that do to your energy, right? Not just throw off your frequency. Not good for you. But he's like, he reminds me we're surrounded in it. They don't need to chip us. We have our phones. We walk around with our chip all day long, voluntarily. They are now using technology to track and chip us. They don't need to physically implant us anymore. They can just track our phones, right? So the entire globe, pretty much, who it doesn't have a phone, let's talk about it. Almost the entire globe has been chipped, whether they realize it or not. We're carrying around our little chips. Our phones can throw off our frequencies. Facebook was designed to kill people ultimately. Like, they did a lot of research to show that it has a lot to do with your emotions and things like that. Let's just admit it. The government traded our fucking health. The government traded our health for some shit old extraterrestrial technology. Let's just get with it. Yeah, they traded allowing research on everyone for technology that isn't even that good. Let's get real. Seriously. So they traded our health and to research on us like guinea pigs, like no different than cattle. They see us like food, cattle that they're raising, sheep to be herding around, livestock. Dreamt of pole shifts last night. Yes, can we please talk about this? And I don't care if people are afraid. If you are afraid, then deal with your own garbage. Do what you need to do to make peace with where you're at and what's going on. I don't know what you need to do, because so many people are afraid. Do you really think this world's going to continue on like this? You really think we're getting too comfortable here? And that's something I'm getting reminded of the past few days, because I've gotten very comfortable in my reality, as I've been telling you guys, till the cops start pounding on the door. And of course I get to deal with the cops. I say, all right, thanks. It's always me who gets to deal with them. So, you know, things are not going to continue on like this. I don't know if people realize we're going to end up somewhere entirely different learning, and something crazy is going to happen to make it happen. We are at a KP3 space storm. I'm looking at the space statistics. I felt like an emotional roller coaster with everything that's going on with me in my life. That's just how I was feeling the energy a little bit later. I was like, perfect, the solar winds have arrived. We are in a KP3 type energy. We're going to hit K4 tomorrow and probably K5 the next day. This storm, though, unlike what their space statistics say, I can tell you it's going to continue to peak until Monday. We have a new moon, but this is a powerful new moon. The effects will not just last a day or two. They will last 3 weeks. So it's really going to kind of blast this planet with a whole lot of lunar energy on top of the solar energy that's hitting us now. It's going to create an interesting energetic dynamic. It is amazing for Ascension. We know we just had to stay high vibe and that we can actually shift timelines. I put a nice article up in the Reiki group about, are you a slider? Electronics glitching around you? Signs that you're a shifter. Maybe you've moved timelines many times. I feel like I've been on a lot of timelines when I stay in this matrix. I've got to check out a lot of realities, a lot of different timelines, right? I got moved a lot going around this matrix. I don't know about you guys. If you're having electronics glitching, signs that you're meant to be shifting your reality. Put a cute article up. Yeah, the energy is feeling extra dense on this planet, but I always say that's an optical illusion, and that we're actually losing density, so it can feel like you're really heavy. I couldn't really move around a lot today. I did my videos and kind of disappeared. Did minimal work. I just wasn't feeling the energy. The frequencies will go up tomorrow and the next day. By Friday, we'll be at a really good frequency. So yeah, the energy's feeling extra dense, but we're losing density. This energy all around us is hitting our DNA. Someone said they were surprised they woke up after the implants, the etheric type implants they had. I said, it's okay. Your DNA was programmed to go off at a certain time, and there's nothing they can do to us to stop this awakening, to stop this ascension. So your DNA has been pre-programmed to go off during certain intervals of energy. We're getting hit with the energy that we need to do this ascension now, and it's hitting us, and it's upgrading our DNA on extreme levels right now. The earth is going through some serious light body Merkaba activation type of things, like for weeks now on end, every day, all day long. So the earth is going through some serious energetic light body upgrades. So are we. We can see what's happening to the earth is probably happening to us on a cellular level. So, you know, our light bodies are really being upgraded a lot. Our DNA. Let me see. Your physical body feels heavy. Yeah, I always feel like I can't move around. Little hacks that I have. If you're feeling ascension funk, like you just can't move, you can't do anything, try to make yourself get around and work more. Like I had to make myself do my videos today because I knew I'd feel like complete shit if I didn't. So try to move around more. I did a lot of house cleaning, and I just tried to run around all day. Like whether I cleaned my closet out a little bit, threw away some old clothes, did some vacuuming, some staging. I tried to be moving around a lot. I always feel like crap if I'm just laying around in this type of energy, so I try to use it to get more stuff done. If you're already probably tired, like I wasn't sleeping good last night, and I always sleep great. I wasn't sleeping good last night, so you won't be able to sleep probably through Monday on the same levels. You're not going to be as rested. It affects our REM states and things like that. So if you're already tired, may as well make yourself try to work, move around more self-care, more salt baths, electronics glitching. I'm good over here. Mandy Beth, hi. I'm sending a lot of love and light. I'm gonna get off of here. But things that are common, everyone acts like I'm just going crazy again, and oh my god, this stuff is very, very common. People are like, what is going on where you live? What is going on with the globe, I want to say? Don't you guys see this as a global issue and not a personal issue I'm having over here? And that this is more of a system failure and more of a global issue that we're all facing as light workers, or we wouldn't be here, right? On whatever level. So I see a lot of global issues, like people are fucking freezing to death on the streets right now. It is cold as fuck in America and in the UK, and people are dying and fucking freezing over these little ego control dramas. I view these little court dramas as like ego control dramas, right? Government control dramas, things like that. So, you know, people are being affected on many levels here. You can't have people dying in the streets and freezing and not have it impacting us on some level. We're all so connected energetically. Global issues. I hope you're seeing global issues. I know we should be focused on manifesting and the good and the light, but I know you had to see that this is just reality and the way the world is. When everyone wakes up and turns to being service to others, this will come together on a lot of levels. So I know a lot of awoke light workers that aren't doing their missions. Let's just throw Mike under the bus. I asked him to do a video on, you know, nanonite technology and RDIF chips because he's better at this subject than I am, and he didn't want to do a video because he's too busy doing his prison planet job, and that can be hard to balance light working and your 9-to-5 responsibilities and living here. But the universe doesn't give a fuck, I said. Sorry, the universe doesn't give a fuck that you're tired and it's prison planet. You came here to serve and to help and make the world a better place. So I know you're tired and you have kids and excuses as to why you can't make the world a better place. But when everyone wakes up and has an intent to do what's best for everyone here, the whole world will fall into place. So I know that it can be hard to balance this stuff, but you know what? You can always brighten up someone's day, make the world a better place. Find time. Find time for the spiritual mission that you came here to do on whatever level. I know people have a lot they're balancing. You know what? I still did my videos. I'm going through court drama. Court drama. My man just went to prison. I mean, only for like a day, but still, you know. But I still got up today and I did my mission and I did what I had to do. So people had to reach that place too where they're willing to set aside their own bullshit and what's going on in their lives for the good of everyone around us. So I know that you guys are too busy raising children and you can't do videos and you can't do this and you can't do that because you're busy, but the universe doesn't really care. That's how we complete our next soul contract. Yeah, soul contracts. We all made a contract to do a mission here of service. I'm not sure what yours is. I have mine, right? I'm continually rebuilding mine. But we have these contracts that we hold and we can't liberate. Everyone talks about spiritual liberation. It's what I'm trying to do. I can't liberate until I complete my contract of service here. I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck here, right? So I know we're talking about a deeper liberation, but you're going to get there through doing a mission of service. It's how we, do this on whatever level. More mission work. It'll make you feel better. So if you already have a mission and you're tired and you're feeling the Ascension flu or Ascension funk, get up, move around, send someone some Reiki. I felt like crap. Like I said, I just start sending Reiki and immediately my vibe changes and I feel amazing, right? Send out some Reiki. That's the fastest way to raise your vibration. Make someone else smile, lift someone else's mood. It'll shift your vibration really fast, make you have more energy. Do more of what lights you up. Sometimes when we're feeling tired, we're not lit up enough and it's draining, right? You feel like you don't have any energy. You can't move. You're heavy. Do something that makes you happy, lights you up, even if it's just putting on your favorite song and singing along, doing something you enjoy, right? We can all do that more. Do something that's fun to you. Take a break, meditate, take a salt bath, do things that shift your vibration and you'll feel a lot better. So with these space storms, I always had to take a lot of salt baths. Like, are you kidding? I've had a rough few days, like I said. So I've been needing a lot of salt baths. Last night I said I just melted into the salt. I put 4 cups of salt in my bath. I'm not even joking. And I put a lot of salt in there and I try to stay in there at least an hour and do a good aura detox. And that will completely purify my aura, but it's good for protecting my energy too, right? Salt is protection against negative entities, energies, things like that. So I've been relying a lot on salt baths here. More crystals. Go play with your crystals more. No energy. Go play with your crystals. Ask them for some energy. We're supposed to be doing energy exchanges, right? That's a good thing about having people around here. Maybe you're feeling like crap today and I can lift you up. Well, you have crystals there. They're little energy conductors, right? That's what they do. They're like little transmitters. Go ask your crystals for some energy. Ask them to heal you. They are very powerful and they want to be of service. They've already mastered being service to others. They're happiest when you're asking them to help you with your mission. I like to have a lot of crystals that I can, put to work with me on my mission. Ask your crystals to help you more. They will send you energy and exchange energy with you too. If you are not freezing where you live, go touch a tree. Go touch a tree. Someone said they had their hands starting doing Reiki. I said, if it was me, I would go outside and put my hands on the earth after to see if that helps with the energy. I'm not even joking. So try to get outside. Go energy exchange with the earth. Ask the earth to send you some energy. Go touch a tree. Do an energy exchange with something out in nature. It will really recharge you on new levels. I had to open my window here for an hour today. Just feels cooped up to me, right? It's winter time, the doors are closed, it's cold outside, so I had to open my doors and windows for an hour and sage really good. Get more fresh air in your house. If you're freezing where you live, well, you're not getting enough airflow and the energy becomes stagnant when you're inside all the time with the doors and the windows closed. Try to open a window when it's not as cold during the day and let some air in real fast. Things that will recharge you. Let's see, I'm reading the comments, but I'm going to get off of here. Give crystals to strangers. I like when people do that too, because a lot of people, they're not used to being given anything or receiving, right? We're a society that became service itself and closed themselves off to giving and receiving, because in order to receive, you must give. So I really love where people will leave crystals around where people can find them and things like that. I like to give random kids crystals, even though I think their parents might call the cops, but I've had instances where I was very drawn to give a little kid at an airport some rocks. Right? So, but I knew the kid would know how to use them or whatever. More crystals. Your crystals will run away if they get bored. You ever lose your crystals? Come on. I know you guys have probably lost a crystal or two where it's just gone. They can time travel easily. They can time travel easily. Crystalline frequencies, right? So if your crystals get bored, they'll tend to run away. They'll tend to leave you and go somewhere else. They'll find a new home. Use your crystals more. What type of heat do I use? No idea. I'm in the UK. They have totally different gasoline and heating stuff, and it's crazy to me. They get ripped off bad on gas prices. You guys cry about it in America. You have no clue. And no clue. It's so over the top to me. It's just mind-blowing to me here. Alright, I'm gonna get off of here. More love and light. Light working isn't always love and light. Sometimes it's healing other people's darkness. Sometimes it is, venturing into areas people want nothing to do with. Sometimes we don't live in the best places as light workers. I'm complaining that I want, like, a location in, like, Aruba, or, like, don't we need light workers in the Virgin Islands or somewhere gorgeous, right? Somewhere, like, really tropical and nice. Don't we need light workers there? But for me, my stay in the Matrix has been some pretty shitty city areas. Right? Some pretty shitty city areas, places they may need light workers, people to work on the grid and to help balance the energies and things like that. So I'm always disappointed, yeah, that I'm not in like Hawaii with Terry doing light work. But I mean, I think that we need more light in darker places. Right? We need more light in the darker places. So sometimes it may have felt like you were getting pulled and called into dark places on your journey in this matrix, and it's because you're a light worker. We're meant to bring light into these shadow realms, these darker places on whatever level. So I know you guys think that Ascension is all love and light, but once you heal yourself and reach a certain point, the universe might put you to work, on something mind-blowing and bigger than yourself. I know we were so disappointed going through the matrix that our ego plans didn't work out. Yeah, like who you wanted to be and go to college to be and blah, blah, blah. A lot of those plans didn't work out that we may have had early on. It just didn't go that way when you tried, right? To build your life the way you wanted it. That's because the universe just has way bigger plans for us that we can even comprehend right now. We're still getting sculpted into who we are going through this ascension process, and the universe just has huge plans for us. So if you're feeling like things didn't work out in your life, it's because you're just meant for huge things one day as a light worker. Have faith and trust in your path and the process. We're always right where we should be. So I know some people can be judgmental about our lessons and what we're going through, think maybe we're creating them, drawing it to us. I always keep on saying that we're not our lessons. You guys have to see past whatever bullshit we're working on whatever day it is, right? You guys need to see past the bullshit in the lessons. Okay, we're never those lessons. It had nothing to do with it. It was more to do with who we're growing into being from observing and witnessing the things that we saw. So it's really important to kind of disassociate yourself from your lessons. So many people have miserable lives because they wear that label: addict, bipolar, right? Blah, blah, blah. So many labels they have identified as, and it really makes people very unhappy to think that they are this label forever, right? You just are this. You were born that way, and things like that. That's what the Matrix loves to do. But we are never our lessons. That's the thing I hate about addiction, that people say, I'm an addict forever. No, you just made some shit choices and fucked your life up. You can change at any given minute. You can change. You can be stronger than all the bullshit, and you can change your behavior. Right? And we can change. So I hate that people will say, no, you're going to be this way forever. This is the label you wear and you need to blah, blah, blah. Because we can change at any given time. I've reinvented myself a million times in this matrix, and we're continually doing so. So it's important that we're not judging people based on the bullshit that they're going through in the lessons. A lot of times we start to spiritually judge people like, oh, this must be karma. Right? They're coming to me and they need this healed. It must be karma. It must be this, right? Always trying to think we know what's going on. And it's very important we see the big picture in that. A lot of the lessons we had were not karma. They were not our own karma. They were collective karma that we took on as starseeds. A lot of the starseeds haven't even been to this planet for a very long time, if they have. A lot of them. A lot of the starseeds are new souls, in fact, that have never done a life on Earth, coming straight from source. So I know we like to think we know everything. Like, I believed I must have just had shit karma this life, right? For the lessons I got. Like, I really believed that, because that's what people told me when I woke up. Till I started to see the big picture, right? That we actually just took on a lot of collective karmic experiences, and, we needed these on a soul level, and that our consciousness group had to complete a certain amount of karmic experiences to ascend out of here anyway. So we pretty much had these karmic lessons that we had to do as a group, and we divided them up, and here we are. Here we are, having each completed our own little version of our lessons. It comes together on a whole, and it's a lot about the collective karma going on and us learning how to experience the things that people have been going through for so long on this planet. We just got one lifetime of this, right? These people have been here for a very long time. The same souls continually coming back here and trying to work through the same experiences with the same people, switching roles time and time again. So we just got a dose of how this planet works, some of the pain here, some of the lessons and how hard they are for people, because we needed to be able to deeply understand these lessons in order to help people get past them. So we're coming here with a lot of galactic knowledge and a lot of galactic information, but we didn't really know a lot about Earth in the sense that we hadn't done the same path as these souls are that are used to coming to this planet all the time. And so we had a lot of crazy lessons as starseeds to get us adept in how things work in this planet, right? For everything that we do, there's a reaction, right? For every time we put out energy, there's an energetic reaction. And we learned how karma works, because maybe we did shit things to people, then felt it in return. And this is how we learned how this realm works, this place works on a lot of levels. So we had very hard lessons. It wasn't our personal karma on a lot of levels, though. This was a collective thing that we're doing together on a lot of levels. So it's important that we're not judging people based on their lessons and experiences, because on a soul level, these lessons will fade away when this place does, and that's nothing to do with who we are as a soul. And I think the reason why so many people are unhappy here is because they're identifying with their job, their role in life, who they've been told they are, their ego personality, right? What their parents do for a job, what kind of house and car you have. That's why people ultimately end up so unhappy doing that prison planet job and being so disconnected from their authentic selves and being so deep in that illusion. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. Vibrate higher, drink a ton of water. If you're feeling like you have no energy, you need to be chugging water. You should be anyway. Like, I've been pounding water for like a week. Like, drink a ton of water. It will help you with these energy shifts. It'll help keep you higher frequency. You'll be able to handle the energy better, because things are about to get intense. I did describe it like an emotional roller coaster. And so we have this new moon on Monday. I'll do a better report tomorrow about it. But we have a new moon on Monday. It is in Aquarius, but it has a lot of Neptune element. And that's my favorite sign of the zodiac. It's very spiritual. It's giving us better access to our dreams, the unconscious, the subconscious. We're able to tune in better through meditation, things like that. So I really like this element. If you are in Aquarius, you need to work on your connections more. Yes, how deeply you're connecting with people. A lot of those connections tend to be superficial. Yeah, you're a people person and you can have lots of friends. You need to work on connecting deeper through the relationships around you. So since this is a sign that is trying to, learn the emotional more, we're having a very emotional kind of conjunction with those two elements mixing together, right? We're working on deeper connections, and the divine masculine's about to get rocked too. If you're not already that, a lot of inner child wounds could be coming to the surface, whether it is programming you had as a child, old stuff from your childhood. It may be surfacing. Be more gentle on yourself. If you're having things come up from the past, release them, let them go. Understand you weren't these lessons, right? We did not have the best parents. Sorry, I hate to say it. We didn't have the best parents. They were not conscious. They were not awake. They were disconnected and burying the material, right? And so we didn't have the best connection. So just know we're going through this kind of purge energy sweep. This energy is hitting your DNA. It is upgrading our light body, our DNA. So you may be having things come to the surface, whether it is feeling very emotional, level 500, can't deal with stuff. Perfect. If you're having a breakdown and you just feel like it's too much, like me, I just said today, it's all too much for me, right? Perfect. That means I'm about to have a great breakthrough, right? Sometimes when we're breaking down, you're going to have a breakthrough. So if you're feeling emotional or like it's too much energetically, just know that a great breakthrough is on the way energetically. And so I always kind of look at it like with this whole process, it's like cracking a nut with the ego. What we went through in the Matrix. It's like cracking a nut, right? Cracking the ego, getting to the nut inside the core of who you are. It's a lot like cracking a nut. Well, some nuts were harder than others to crack. System Buster Indigo, right? So maybe we were a little bit harder to crack as starseeds. You can just look at it like that. So a lot is happening. It's making this planet a pressure cooker energetically. I don't know if people understand where we're going to end up and where things are headed energetically if we continue on this ascension course, which we are, with these energies amping up, all the social and political concerns on this planet, everyone learning so close in proximity, right? And everything happening. It's just basically like a pressure cooker. That is alchemy, turning metal into gold, right? Getting rid of the bad qualities. So the more people get stressed out and can't handle things, the more they'll probably get rid of those qualities, release them. Purging can be messy, right? So expect for the planet to begin to purge. Yeah, this is a purge year. You thought last year was bad. We're halfway through the cycle of a 2-year cycle. So you can imagine it might start out kind of gentle on us, right? And amp up going through that cycle. So we are halfway through. We've done a lot of intense energetic work just with these space storms. And so things are going to get intense around here. Make sure that you're doing a lot of self-care this entire year. Like, if you don't feel like you have the energy to work, don't work. If you feel like you can't move, don't. Lay around, take a bath, listen to your body. That's where we're getting to, realizing our body is a compass. Listen to it. Sometimes we're making crazy timeline jumps and energetic shifts and we don't realize it, and your body needs a couple days to catch up. So make sure you're listening to your body, drinking more water, eating better food. I forget what I had to say about that. Yeah, milk. Getting downloads on milk this morning, so I'll just throw it in now. I didn't have a chance. Milk is calcium. You don't want to add calcium to the body because it will calcify your third eye. I'm pretty sure our bodies make everything we need. Yeah, if we lived on a healthy planet where it wasn't dying and decaying and toxic, if we lived in a healthy environment, I'm pretty sure our bodies would have everything that they need and we wouldn't need all the vitamins and supplements around here. But it's concerning to me because as a kid they say you need like several glasses of milk a day. I forget, but this is what I was taught in school. You need such and such amount of milk a day as a child. It's good for your child. If they don't have milk, they'll have bad bones and bad teeth, right? So the fact that so many people are giving their children milk, which will calcify your third eye, and it's actually going to weaken your bones. It's bad for your bones. Like they say it's good for your bones, but it will break down your bones. And, you know, you're a child and you're growing and developing, so it's really bad for your body. If you guys are conscious parenting, make sure that you ditch the milk and go to like an almond milk. They have so many kind of replacement milks, right? They have hemp, they have almonds. I can't even think right now, but they have so many replacements. Ditch the milk. It's probably worse than the meat. I've always known that my entire life, but it is very bad for your third eye. We don't want to be adding calcium to our body ever, right? So it's just really bad for us. It's coming from another species. It's coming from another species too. It's not like we're talking about drinking your mother's milk. We're talking about drinking, you know, a mother's milk for a baby cow. And our bodies cannot synthesize it on whatever level. So definitely make sure you guys are ditching the milk. It's very bad for calcifying your third eye. So we see a lot of kids drinking it. How are kids getting put to sleep, right? These children are getting put to sleep on some level. A lot of it is physical. The vaccines, the foods, you know, the milk, the garbage television and stuff like that. I know I went through this matrix and I got put to sleep several times, so I understand it really good. Ditch the milk if you are conscious parenting. It is just so bad. I know it looks good, but it has a lot of gross stuff in it, like bacteria, mucus. Those mothers are on antibiotics too, so when you're drinking that milk, you're getting doses of hormones and antibiotics, which will throw off your third eye furtherly on top of the calcium because that regulates your moods, you know, the chemicals in your brain. So when you're adding outside hormones, it will really affect your moods and things like that too. So unless you want a moody kid, stop giving them milk.